This is a great movie. You're not going to regret it. I'm Tim Heidecker. Great guests, great conversations, and a few arguments. It's On Cinema at the Cinema with me, your host, Tim Heidecker. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On Cinema at the Cinema. I'm your host, Tim Heidecker, and it's a show where we talk about movies coming out this week, give you our honest opinions about whether you should see them or not. And I'm with my guest, Gregg Turkington.
Hey guys.
Who's with me as usual. And I want to acknowledge I was in an accident yesterday on my motorcycle. Quick story, I was just we wrapped our final scene with on Decker, which was now all in the can, and we had a really fun wrap party. And thank you, by the way, for all the nice words you said about episode 1 of Decker. I'm really happy with it. And
I didn't say anything nice about it.
Anyways, I was coming home, and when I came out here from Jackson Hole, I basically threw in 3 shirts and just hit the road, hauled ass out of here, got here in 3 days. And so I was like, I didn't really have underwear and socks and everything. So on the way back from the wrap party, I stopped in at a Walmart, and I pulled in the parking lot. And because I'm on my motorcycle, I can park in the handicap spot up front. So I pull into the handicap spot, and I'm idling her down, and some old bitch comes out. She's yelling at me, saying, you shouldn't be allowed to park there. You don't have the thing. I shut up. And so she's yelling at me, and I'm getting pissed off, and I get off the bike, like, because I want to go at her, and my boot gets caught in the saddlebag of the bike. I twist off the bike, and the kickstand was in the wrong spot and didn't hold and clipped out from under the bike. So the bike tipped over, and I spun out around and over the bike, smacked my face up against onto the pavement, and then the bike fell over onto me and my hand and fractured my wrist. And then of course I got all this.
So the bike wasn't even moving?
No, the bike was stationary at this point, although it had been idling. So I dinged up my face. I tore some retina scar. I tore something on my eye, and I already have very poor vision in my left eye, which I've always had since I was a kid. I'm legally blind in my left eye. So at this stage, I cannot see, said the blind man. So, but I did get a chance to see the movies today, and I can read very close up.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, let's read those.
Today's movies on Cinema at the Cinema are Wish I Was Here, directed by Zach Braff.
Wish You Were Here.
Wish I Was Here, starring Zach Braff, Kate Hudson, Josh Gad, and Jim Parsons. This is the story of a struggling actor, father, and husband who's trying to find a purpose in life. After deciding to homeschool his 2 children, he gradually discovers parts of himself he couldn't find. So
I like this movie a lot. I thought it was very introspective and almost kind of almost like a fairy tale. So I give it 5 bags of popcorn.
I thought it was more realistic than a fairy tale. If you've seen something like Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, I mean, there are dwarves, but they're not like those dwarves. It's a different thing. They don't tend to hang out in groups of 7. This was very much like real life and some of the problems that you can encounter in life as you try to get through your day-to-day living. And so I found it very interesting. I would have to say 5 bags of popcorn is appropriate for this, and maybe an Oscar nod.
I think definitely an Oscar nod. It gets my vote for Best Picture of the Year. I think it's also going to be a very popular movie. I think it's going to be a blockbuster. I think it's going to be one of those movies that you'd call a tentpole movie for the whole year. People say it'll be like Avatar.
And it just goes to show you don't need special effects.
Yes,
you don't
you do.
need Frankenstein monsters.
If you're doing Avatar,
popping out
you
of a
need special
closet.
effects.
But for something like this, they didn't have Frankenstein. You just need a good story, and I kind of like that about it.
All right, how many bags?
5 bags of popcorn.
Okay, let me read the next one.
And maybe 2 nickels, just something down to earth.
I know it's Hercules because we talked about this earlier. Hercules. Our next movie is Hercules, directed by Brett. Just tell me what that.
Brett Ratner with Dwayne Johnson
No.
and
Okay, Brett. Next movie is Hercules, directed by Brett Ratner and
Dwayne Johnson, John Hurth,
John
and
Hurth,
Ian McShane.
and Ian McShane.
It's the Hercules saga in a new
Mm-hmm.
movie. Having endured his legendary 12 labors.
Legendary 12
labors.
Hercules. All right, so this is a movie about Hercules. One of the, if you remember early, Arnold Schwarzenegger used to play him. I love anything with Hercules or...
Incredible Hulk is another one I always liked for that type of character.
So I give this one 5 bags of popcorn. It's the perfect summer movie if you're looking for just fun popcorn adventure with great special effects and Dwayne Johnson, who is my rock.
He was excellent in this. You know, people say, oh, from that kind of a background, who knows if he can really act? You know, he's not an actor first and foremost. But I would say he is an actor first and foremost in the year 2014, and Oscar may be calling you, Mr. Rock. This is a great movie. 5 bags of popcorn and 2 souvenir rocks.
All right. And for our next movie is Woody Allen's movie. What's it called?
The movie is called Magic in the Moonlight.
Magic in the Moonlight, directed by Woody Allen. There's no need to review this. Well, all Woody Allen movies get 5 bags of popcorn. So we're going to turn it over to our resident Woody Allen expert, Joe Estevez, who's got his own take on the master Woody Allen himself. Take it away, Joe.
Hey guys, it's Gregg Turkington with On Cinema at the Cinema. And we're here on the Warner Brothers studio backlot in Burbank, California, which I snuck into in order to track down Joe Estevez, who I've been following all day in the hopes of getting hold of him to talk about the new Woody Allen movie. Hold on, I think we see him. Joe! Joe!
Oh, hey.
Hey!
Great, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Hey,
Good to see you.
I'm doing a new segment where we talk to celebrities about Woody Allen. I know we talked to you before, but this is like a new on the street segment. We just wanted to get your opinion.
Obviously.
I wanted to get your opinion on Woody's new movie. What you thought of it? If you've seen it.
Oh, you know, I'll tell you, anything that Woody Allen does is absolutely fantastic, and his new movie certainly isn't an exception.
Would you say that Oscar is in the cards for Woody?
Always in the cards. Never discount Woody when it becomes Oscar time. You know, because I mean, you know I'm a big fan of it.
How about the supporting cast? Has Woody picked a good one this time around?
Come on, it's Woody Allen. Hey, I gotta run, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
You bet.
All right. Thanks. That's a very interesting perspective on Woody.
Well, Joe's an insider, and he kind of knows what's going on.
Okay. Now time for another popcorn classic with Gregg Turkington.
This week on Popcorn Classics, my segment where we look at overlooked movies that are classics, we've got Q&A with Nick Nolte, Timothy Hutton, and Armand Assante. This is your basic cop and robber, shoot 'em up, district attorney type of movie. It was directed by the director of Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon and Network. It's not as good as any of those movies, but still worth a look if you happen to run across it on a sunny afternoon. So I would recommend Q&A highly. It's a popcorn classic.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week on Cinema at the Cinema.
Have you seen Q&A?
No, I haven't. I gotta go, and I got a doctor's appointment for my eye. Can somebody help me out of here? I don't want to get up and walk into the camera. Like the whole point is I don't want to get up and walk in front of the. Thank you very much.
If you want to
Greg,
borrow
I'll talk
this.
to you tomorrow.